Hello everybody, welcome to my videos. My name's Jamie from Games. Today we're doing Games Pickup video. Okay, so when it comes to Games Pickup videos, it's very rare I do them. It's also very rare to do back-to-back pickup videos, but it doesn't include what I included on the last video. This is what I bought over the last 2 or 3 months or so, and some of them were actually pre-orders. It's been quite a long wait. But also, a bit of a mixed bag, so not a bad thing. Now, I'm not going to read too much about what's on the boxes. I'm going to show you what I bought, and also let the game do the talking. But yeah, this is a game I bought quite recently on the channel. This is Super Methane Brothers on the Amiga. And I did buy Super Methane Brothers on the CD32. It was actually a part of a bundle, which I've had about 10 years or so. It's really good, but never finished it. I've always wanted the big box version. And I've always liked the art style as well. And unfortunately, there's no poster in the box. If there was, it certainly would have been one of those ones I would have put on my wall back in the day. But we'll give it a try. So there we go. First one on today's list, Super Methane Brothers. Of course, as I said, I played it mostly on the CD32. It's nice to have a big box version now. Because the game Super Methane Brothers, an action video game released by Apache Software for the Amiga in 1993. It's similar to the gameplay of Chatto's 1986 arcade game Bubble Bubble. Contemporary reviewers compared it to Data E's 1981 title Tumble Pop. The protagonist of the game is Puff and Blow. Each have methane gas guns which you fire a cloud of immobilizing gas. If it comes in contact with a bad guy who absorbs into the gas and float around the screen for a limited amount of time, and bad guys are harmless in this state. Puff and Blow must then suck the floating gas clouds into their guns and blast them against a vertical surface. Bad guys then turn into bonuses which also can be collected. Now it's very difficult to read at the same time of doing it. The game is great though, it's nice to have a big box version. I played it quite a lot on the C32, but I've never finished it though. But a game like Bubble Bubble and this, it's all done by a single screen. And being a game like Bubble Bubble, there's going to be about 100 levels. So yes, a lot to see and do, but I do believe there's boss battles along the way. Only one I think I've seen. How far I've got on my best go, I have to admit I can't remember. There's a lot of things I've learned about this game, but those cards were a bit of a mystery to me. You get a certain quantity of playing cards, you do earn additional life. But how you get them all depends on your speed. So yes, if you get a warning message telling you to hurry up, if you haven't dispatched all the enemies at a point, then you don't get any playing cards. If you dispatch all the enemies before the message arrives on the screen, then you earn a playing card. 4 playing cards and you get your life. But there's so many things you can pick up. I've never experienced this game in 2-player, but yes, the levels are getting more and more difficult. In later levels, there's not many walls you can throw them against. But when you absorb them in your gun, they're only in there for 9 seconds. And if it's still in there, they'll release it on its own. We go up the level. Right, go well so far. Level 7, Frying Tonight. So enemies, this is name a few. You've got the Whirlgig, the Bugs, Spike, Suckers, Zooms, and the Mecha Bugs. These ones are the Whirlgigs. And up there is a candle, and I'm getting that will actually turn your weapon into flames. Which makes millions of those. There you go, fantastic. Yeah. But you earn extra lives every 10,000, 50,000 and 100,000. After that, every 100,000. Turbo increases your player's speed, while the white potion gives you invincibility and the cookie is a smart bomb. Right, there we go, we've got another one now. So basically you've got to try and get all of the aces. Ace of clubs, ace of spades, diamonds and hearts. But yeah, basically, I had a demo. In fact, I still got it somewhere. I forget which magazine it was. But yeah, I wasn't sure at first. This one had to grow on me. But basically, yes, this game, which I bought on the C32, was basically part of a bundle. So it was a bit of a bonus to get it. So it was nice to experience the full version. But yes, after playing the full version, and of course the music on the C32 was different, it really was a game that did have to grow on me. And it did. Eventually it did. It was one of those games I'd like to finish one day, but... Gas power. 100 levels? Like the 100 levels in Bubble Bubble, so you can see what it's doing. That's another one completed. So far, so good. Got 7 lives intact. Alright, going well so far. We're still going. Level 19. Make this the last one. But yes, the early stages, there's not actually many enemies that fire at you. The only one I've seen so far is the clowns. I imagine there's going to be a lot more in the later levels. But yes, some platforms will fall to other platforms, and like Pac-Man, you go from one side of the screen to the other. It's still a really good game. That's another one. In fact, we've got 4 now. There we go. Fantastic. That's another additional life. So basically, the only way you can dispatch your enemies is by basically hurling them into a wall. So yes, as I mentioned, levels later in the game, not many walls to use. Just that one. Anyone you can use it, either from the left or the right. Oh, still going. Level 27. I still haven't seen a boss. I have to admit, I can't remember which level the boss features. But there's another treasure chest. So basically, you've got to try and go to a specific point on the screen. Which, considering I started on the left, it's probably going to be on the right-hand side. We can't jump over far, but they can. How do we get to that one? I'm not so sure. But there we go. There we go. First boss is here. I'm quite surprised how far into the game they feature. I was starting to doubt myself whether there was actually bosses in the game at all. About level 13, something like that. It took me a while to realise the weakness was actually at the top. Anyway, it explodes. Okay, remain on Amiga. This one is a fairly newish one. I've only found out about it in the year 2019. This is Clown Omania. It was basically requested on a live stream by Graham Cowie. And it's really good, but it's one of those games where I think a manual is essential. So I'm looking forward to finding a bit more about it. Not a lot of description, no. An exciting adventure with Bebo the Clown. 70 levels await you, full of surprises, riddles and tasks, which require an intelligent game strategy. There you go. Right, there we go. Next one on the list, Clownomania, copyright 1989 by Starbyte. Okay, so the game, this is Clownomania, an isometric action game, published by Starbyte Systems with Amiga and OST in 1989. You play as Bebo the Clown, who leaves the old profession behind in search of magic crystals. Help him collect all the diamonds from city levels as amazing crystal wonderlands. I'm going to try, but not 70 today, but it's going to be some serious doing to do that. But the game is great. In fact, this is a game I only found out about in 2019, was requested on a live stream. Even though I enjoyed it, there was so much of this game I didn't actually fully understand, but having a manual is certainly going to help here. Find all the diamonds to move on to the next level. Okay, level 2, and of course the first 3 levels are going to be very simple, you expect that. But yes, when I did that live stream in 2019, bear in mind I hadn't seen this game before, there was so much of the game I didn't fully understand. But yes, I was assuming that every enemy on the screen was indeed an enemy. It turns out not all of them are. Some of them are very important collectibles you use against enemies. One of them allows you to jump, and one allows you to fire in the direction you're facing. But you can take them on to the next stage. But that is another one complete. Okay, we're arriving at level 3, and I love the music as well. But yes, the first time I saw this, I assumed everything on here was an enemy. I was trying to avoid it not to play. It turns out everything here can be picked up. The grey ones are basically razor blades. Every time you pick up one of those, you have one razor blade you use against enemies. You don't actually have to technically use them per stage. You can save them for later levels. The direction you're facing, press the fire button down, and the razor blade is thrown. Anything caught in the act is taken away. Right, next level, 1,499 at the moment of time. But yes, not only are razor blades good for killing enemies, they also earn you 30 pence score. Now the yellow ones, which at the moment of time I've got 2, are actually jump icons, worth 20 points. If you can catch one of these, it allows you to jump over gaps. If you can land on a monster, it will be destroyed, it will gain you 2,000 points score. That's also something I didn't know. So we can kill this enemy with a razor blade, press fire while facing in the right direction, and it's taken out of the equation. That's also a 1-up, so we've gone from 4 to 5. Right, on we go. 5 lives, or clowns in this case. Even though it does actually say at the bottom of the screen, level 4, technically no, it's actually level 5. Now these ones are basically pattern plates that will turn the whole screen upside down. Do not adjust your set, carry on playing as best you can if the screen turns over again. You can do that by walking back onto the platform. Not only that, it does actually mess up your controls. So it tells you in the bottom right corner of the screen what we've got in our inventory. At the moment of time, we've got 2 jumps, 3 razor blades, and 10 blocks of energy. And how many pyramids we've got as well. So there's not actually that many enemies in these stages. Next in store is a beamer. These are shown as a blue rectangle with a grey ball and allow instant transportation. Creatures which attack are unaware of the beamers and their effect. This could be your only means of escape. The direction of the beam depends on the direction which Bebo is stepped onto the rectangle. Enemies shouldn't technically use them. I'm not going to use blades for slow moving enemies, but if they can find space, it might be the only way of doing it. Now these numbered plates, I don't fully understand. It says contact will set the numbers to 0. If you set all the plates, you'll get 1,000 points score. But doesn't it tell you what you've got to set it to? I absolutely have no idea. I've tried to set them all to 0, nothing happens. So a bit of a mystery. But anyway, I'm going to use the beamer and get our final diamond. So yes, like the last game, I still don't know what my personal best is on this one. But it's one of those sort of go back to games. A good game though, once you know how to play it. But yes, its icons do make more sense now. This one here is basically a power pill. This will make all monsters leave the screen for 12 seconds. So you can pick up the pyramids, we can use against enemies. That will actually increase your energy. Now we've got 19. So falling through that funnel is basically an instant kill, but we're going to pick up the last one anyway. Okay, we do one more. But yes, I haven't written all of them down, but these ones are basically coloured plates. If you change all the coloured plates in the air to the same colour within a certain time limit, and you want to find out how long for yourself, you'll gain 10,000 points. I like those numbers. As you tell you which colour you got to do, you just pick what one is right for you. In my case, blue would be my favourite colour, that and the red. We'll go for blue. So doing it all in a certain time, which of course doesn't tell you, you gain 10,000 points score. But these arrows, you can also use pyramids to take those arrows away. So yes, you could technically be closed in, stuck, if the arrow's going away from where you need to go. So you can't go any further. Put the pyramid down, or do that. Does he mean to do that? I don't know. Still trying to learn about this game. That's a massive trampoline. Takes us high in the sky. How do you put a pyramid down? I need to look into that one. It's my fantasy game though, that is Clownomania. Right, brand new Amiga game. It's always nice to feature. This one has been on the cards for a while. This is Kruger, the Berserker. And this was of course Tiger Skunk's, aka Michael Borman's follow-up to Invia, which is fantastic also. But yeah, we'll give it a try. There we go, next on the list, a brand new game in the year 2025, Kruger, the Berserker, the Tiger Skunk game. Okay, so the game is Kruger, an action game produced by Tiger Skunk and published by Polyplay for the Amiga in the year 2025. You play as Kruger, a blood-soaked barbarian warrior armed with steel fury and unquenchable thirst for vengeance and ale. His beer was stolen and he wants it back, and heads will roll until he gets it. And when we're in this state, we're actually invincible. This is the Berserk mode. And you do that by basically spelling the word beer at the top left corner of the screen. Luckily, at the start of the game though, you do also have 3 letters already done. And you earn a letter every time you pick up a beer which flies through the air. Once it's used, then you can take damage again, but you've got to start all over again and find all letters that spell the word beer. But there's also an attack which you can perform in the air by pressing down on fire, which does actually knock all enemies to the ground at the cost of one of your letters. So a good way of getting out of a difficult situation, because it's very easy to be surrounded in a game like this. But it has a midway boss and a end of level boss. And some of these bosses, it's quite difficult. It's very easy to get stuck as well. There you go, he raises beer. So nice you've got energy bars for boss battles. So at the moment of time, mine ain't great. The occasional enemies will throw items at you. Now I believe if you pick up a beer also, that might also give you energy. That I'm not sure yet. So you can actually attack in the air as well as on the ground. You've also got the upward slice and the stomp. And that's what harms all enemies on screen, depending if it's a boss or not. Keep jumping. There's another one. One more is needed and we get into Berserk mode again. Barbarians horde under the control of the evil Pulsator have raided your village and stolen most of your beer. Get yourself on the journey of blood and revenge. I'm gonna try. But yes, I haven't finished it yet, but I have finished Invia quite a few times. So that was brilliant. And of course this was his follow-up to that. Right, we are now invincible. Doesn't matter what they throw at you, they can throw the kitchen sink at you. But we are safe. I mean, it's not overly quick. We are decapitating their heads once again. Heads are most certainly rolling here. It's quite difficult when you're stuck in the middle of something. Now also, in between each level, like the Testial Might of Mortal Kombat, you can actually earn extra lives. Right, long stretch. Boss battle, not too far away. 19,100. Some bosses are okay. Some I've really found to be quite difficult. There you go. I'm not going to raise a beer, I'll raise a cup of tea. There we go. Right, so very much like Mortal Kombat. If I got a joystick, go over the line, and we gain another life. There we go. Prove your might. Okay, he raised the bar, he raised his beer, we raised our lives. In time for level 2 now. This is the mountain pass. An evil tribe of orcs is roaming around, killing everybody who wants to trespass. Legend has it there's a dragon here as well. Indeed there is, at the end of the stage. It's a good stage. They're all good in their own ways. There's 4 in total. The furthest I've reached is all 3. Got there twice, but haven't got past it yet. Haven't seen much of it. It takes place in a graveyard. They've been in a place like that. Lots of zombies. I haven't quite figured out the tactic for jumping enemies yet, because in that one, you do that a lot. And also, when it comes to jumping, if you're grabbing that beer from the air, you've got to be a jump and a jump only. Using an attack like that doesn't do it. It won't work. You're stopping and turning around all the time. It can be a bloodbath. There's enemies all over the place. It can be possible to have 3 on screen at once. If that's the case, it's very difficult to not take damage. Use a stomp in the air, which is down on fire, kills most enemies, or all enemies, depending if it's a boss or not, on screen. So quite similar to Final Fight or Shooter Range 2. An attack that costs energy. In this case, it costs you a letter. We need 1 more. Right, next midway boss. Fantastic, there we go. 31,400, still got 3 dice intact. 1 more beer. I'm not a drinker, not really. Very rare I drink, but beer is handy right now. We're invincible. First game back in the day I saw that had decapitated heads like this, called Barbarian. I was 6 when I saw that. That was on the C64. Wasn't long after that, I bought it on the Amiga. Right. Energy ain't good. You get some energy back every time you pick up a glass of beer. Yeah, level 3, it was also not just zombies, but also bats. Vampire bats and skeletons, to name a few. I haven't really sort of figured out how to deal with jumping enemies. But we're getting beer. Very pleased there's no timer in this one. Right, on we go. Energy's pretty good. Of course, there's a dragon in Via. Our next boss is a dragon, which indeed can fly and attack you with fire, which you expect. Should be okay, we'll see. My tactic works. It doesn't work all the time. Bloodbath. Of course, that was something that was added. It wasn't in his original first demo. Fantastic, there we go. Okay, raise the stakes, prove your might. So the bar is higher than the first time. There you go. More footage, that is Kruger. Okay, we changed systems, we go to the C64 this time. This is Action Biker, which came out in the year 1985. I was 3. Seen it quite a lot of times on the internet, never given it a try. I bought it on eBay, it wasn't expensive, about 2 or 3 quid, something like that. It's a bargain in my book. Right, so give it a try. This is a game I've only seen online. I've seen a few streamers stream it over the years, but why not give it a try? Action Biker on the C64. Okay, so the game's Action Biker, a 1985 game for the Atari Epic Computers, Commodore 64 and ZX Spectrum, released by Mastertronic. The game was a time when the snack food KP Skip, whose mascot was Clumsy Colin, who featured in television adverts and skips around about the time the game was published. The music was composed by Rob Hubbard. And it's a really good game, but I never saw it back in the day. I have seen a few channels streaming this in recent years, and I thought, why not just give it a try? But I assumed that the items are randomly placed. I don't think they are. I think it's the same pattern every single time. So far, we've found the crash helmet, the highway book, and the riding levers. So every time you find the item, another one is put somewhere else on the screen. And basically, you can't make contact with anything. It's up for acceleration and down to brake. But don't hit anything. But the first few are going to be open areas. But after that, they're going to be on ramps, near jumps, near barriers, that sort of thing. So we found a gearbox. Spike can now be used in lower gears to improve its acceleration. Right, I've also found the gloves, the headlights, the petrol gauge, and I've just found the large fuel tank, which allows the bike to go further in between refueling stops. And I haven't technically stopped as while fuel is in red. Right, there we go. Although marketed under the same title, the ZX Spectrum version of Action Biker differs significantly from the Atari and C64 versions to the extent that Retro Gamer magazine featured it in the same name, different game column. So now, we're into the red, and green, and yellow. Don't crash into a fence. We've got our toolbox. The player controls the protagonist, clumsy Colin, who rides a motorbike and has to navigate a landscape to collect extra items to improve his bike. Once all 40 items have been collected, the player performs a final track race. I've never expected it to be 40, but anyway, we've got the mudguards. I don't know how far I'm into the game, my fuel gauge is very low, I just found some sunglasses. I can't find this next one, but I do need a petrol station. Fairing gives by a greater maximum speed. How far can you go? Well, there we go, that is your maximum speed, that's the latest upgrades. But I'm going to find anything like this. Ah, found you. Right, we've got a jump. Luckily, I've got a fast bike now, so bingo. Have some of that. Although, you've got to try and get out of here as well. Power brakes gives bike improved braking. There you go. Fantastic. All the footage, Action Biker. Okay, brand new games, this time on the CD4. This is Musketeer, and this is a game which was a bit of a frustrating wait for me, because the game was out for quite a long period of time, but me being me, buying a physical version, meant I had to wait longer. But the game itself isn't overly long, I've already finished it, it's very much like Zorro. And of course I love Zorro, bought it back in the day from John Menzies. Right, it's time to move over to another new game on the CD4 this time. Love these old school loading screens, now loading, please wait. Happy to. Right, there we go. I actually played it last night, also finished it. There we go, Musketeer on the CD4. Okay, so the game, this is the Musketeer. The Cardinal has betrayed the Queen of France to blackmail her and giving in to his wicked will. The Cardinal has had his heartless agents steal Queen Anne's diamond studs. Heading desperate plea from the Queen's maid, 4 brave Musketeers have sworn to follow the dastardly deeds of the Cardinal and retrieve the royal gems. Although disaster has struck, 3 of the Musketeers have been bested by the Cardinal's men, and the diamonds have been hidden in secret locations around and below the streets of Paris. We must rescue the 3 Musketeers, find the diamonds, and challenge the Cardinal. That was very little to read at the same time doing it. The game is great though, I did finish it last night. The game itself isn't overly long. You do start the game off with 3 hearts and 2 lives. Now when I first heard about this game, I automatically thought it's very much like Zorro, which is a game I got back in the day from John Menzies. Then I saw this screen and I thought, blimey, this is very much like Bruce Lee, probably more so like Bruce Lee. And what you got to do is also very much like Bruce Lee. So in Bruce Lee, you've got to try and find all of these lanterns. And in this game, you've got to do just that. Now these lanterns pretty much do the same thing. They basically put platforms in place, put ladders in place, and sometimes open certain doors. Also, picking up certain diamonds also put secrets in place. Also, like opening doors. You've got to try and find all of the gems. A majority of them are located under the ground. And also, he's a very good climber. But like in Zorro, he's a very good swordsman. But you do have multiple attacks on this one. You can crouch, you can jump, and also you can have the low attack and the high attack. Also, if you press forward and fire, or back and fire, you can actually deflect any attacks. But you can take damage very quickly, but you can get your energy back quite quickly by finding various potions. And you have found some oats. Okay, I'm not going to go crazy with this one, because of course, being a fairly newish game, most people are going to experience it themselves. So there is another lantern, and there is another diamond. It's nice you actually dispatch enemies, but unfortunately, yes, they are back in place as soon as you leave the screen. Right, so there's also a secret, but you need a key and got one. So we've done all we need to do here, we go on. Right, we found the location of one of them, there he is. There's our Musketeer, one of them anyway. But amazingly though, it's not a key we need to get him out of there, even though we do get a key right now. We open the door by basically using these lanterns. Right, while we're here, we're going to go to the other side and replenish our energy. But yes, watch out for these drips. And there's another gem. There's also a secret at the top left, but we're going to go to the bottom right. And also, I'll show you where that key is used. It's basically a secret. Yeah, you can't jump over there. It is an instant kill, I'm sure it is. So we'll go the safer route. It's a longer route, but it's a much safer one. And there he is. Off he goes. One of the 3 is rescued. Right, so now we've got the key. We go through this door. Takes us here. Lantern number 1, lantern number 2, and 2 bottles. So we got plenty of lives and plenty of health. All our footage, that is Musketeer. Okay, we switched systems once again. Another brand new game on the PlayStation 5. This is Simon the Sorcerer Origins, which is basically a prequel to Simon the Sorcerer. I had no idea there's a brand new game in the works, but this was published by Games. I have got it on the C32, played Absolute Death back in the day, and finished it quite a lot of times, as well as on PC. There was a demo, I believe. I didn't play it. I just pre-ordered it quite some time ago and see what it's got in store. But yeah, give it a try. Right, playing it for the absolute first time, and I was quite surprised to find out there was a new game, but I hadn't seen any footage, hadn't played any demos. Just waiting for the pre-order.
Come on! Stupid door! So, you want to fight, do you? And now, behold my...
Simon! I hope that noise isn't you wrecking our new house. Don't make me come in there.
dramatic entrance. That's enough work for one day. Blimey, this place stinks even worse than my old house. I just hope that at least my bedroom isn't too bad. I should go upstairs and check it out.
Okay, so the game is Simon the Sorcerer Origins, an adventure game developed by Small Thing Studios and published by Games, the PlayStation 5, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, as well as Steam, of course. Now this can be incredibly edited down.
Bangers, they might come in handy.
You had those back in the day.
Pan crust the blue. Drat, I thought I'd seen the back of you.
Simon, did you wipe your feet properly before you came in?
Yes, Mum.
Nothing doing. I need the key. I suppose I should check out the rest of this miserable hovel.
So yes, a big change from the original game. So you check in the sewing stuff box.
I might just find something useful. Drat, nothing in here but needles.
Simon, what are you up to in there?
Ow! An old pair of scissors. I just hope they're still sharp enough to cut something. They look like they're about to crumble into dust.
Right, we're going to
Simon, don't even dream of combining the objects in your inventory. You've already caused enough damage.
Right, we do just that. So press the triangle button. We're going to use the damaged sewing scissors with the toy with string. And now we're going to head into the kitchen. 30 years after his first appearance on screen, Simon is drawn into a foreign world by an ancient prophecy that will reveal his origins. This world is populated by powerful yet mostly useless wizards and strange creatures. On his journey, Simon must solve a series of tricky puzzles, operate mechanical devices and learn powerful spells. And yes, he's always going to have to taste a few disgusting shoes. Which he did do in the first game, did that to get away from Swampling. And also to get rid of the Goblin, to find the Ring of Invisibility. Right, we're going to go over to the sink.
There's something in there. I might be able to use something to get it out.
Well, it's lucky we have the magnet. So we're going to put the magnet on the string.
Simon, don't destroy our new house with your weird combinations of objects.
It's fine. And we're going to use it immediately. The magnetic hook with the sink.
Finally! Wait a minute. What on earth was it doing in there? You know what? I think I'd rather not know.
So that is actually the key to our bedroom. If you press the R2 button down, you can run. Right, so in our inventory, once again, we're going to use the bedroom door key with the door.
Ow! That hurt! What the? Where am I? What is this place?
Experience the magical world like never before in Simon & Saucer Origins, the highly anticipated prequel to the cult classic point-and-click adventure series. In his new adventure, Simon, the most sarcastic wizard in video game history, returns to reveal secrets and stories from his past.
Great! I'm in a spooky forest. All alone. Excellent.
The biggest unanswered question in the game of Blood Money is where's the money? The question is here, how much footage do I feature? That's the question. I don't know the answer though. But yes, the art style has changed quite a lot, as you can see. But yes, I still prefer the old school. I mean, the old school point and clicks, we don't sort of get those anymore. But yeah, it's lost a lot of its charm. But it's still a very good game though. But yes, of course, it's based around widescreen. And of course, using a control pad, not keyboard and mouse. I wasn't too minded to put my webcam on that side, because I'm blocking the script on the left. But this is basically Calypso.
It's me! Simon! Don't you remember me?
Look here, this is a prequel. We haven't met each other yet.
Oh yeah, of course. Sorry.
So Simon Saucer wouldn't be Simon Saucer without his classic outfit. Now basically we've got to go to the academy. But we've got to be a wizard first, or look like a wizard at least.
I think it might be a bit too big for me.
Give me a moment.
There we go, Chapter 3, Model Student. Now I actually got here last night, in fact I reached Chapter 6. I just thought it made more sense just to restart and go from there for this part of the video. But yeah, I don't think the game is overly long, but the first game wasn't either. But yes, I've never finished the second game. I played it about 20 years ago. That was on Windows XP. But like the first game, and I assume the second game, it's been so long since I last played it, you can also use the map, right on cue, to teleport to certain areas before you found them, of course. And there's your pin.
Whoa!
And the first game, you actually cut a dwarf's beard off. This one, you steal his key. That's what we should be doing in these little games, just nicking people's stuff. Right, we'll take the key.
How can I convince you to let me through?
Students must be in possession of all required items to pass. A uniform, a wand, and a student pass.
So, if I can get hold of a wand and a pass, you'll let me through?
Maybe.
Great! I'll
So
just
it's a
get
yes.
them and I'll be right back.
Again, all we should be doing in this game is stealing things. I've taken all the water from the left and I've taken all the money from the right. Well, on we go. Right, we're here again. I've already shown him the pass, I've already shown him the magic wand which I bought, which was busted at the start. I fixed it with some glue, but he wants to see some magic. The only magic we can do, we're going to use Chippy the dog.
Are you ready to be amazed? Ta-da!
That was amazing. How did you do that?
Can I go through now?
I'm drowning.
That's a yes. We can pass.
You weren't the brightest puppy in the litter, were you?
Of course, Chippy featured in the first game as well. Smaller footage, that is Simon & Saucer Origins. Okay, now a new game on the PlayStation 5. This is Gex Trilogy. Big fan of the second game. It's pretty much the only one I've played. I played it to death on the PlayStation 1, but it's called Gex 3D Enter the Gecko. But some people just call it Gex Enter the Gecko, but it's very good. But the issue with that was the camera, always the camera, but hopefully they've rectified that in the new game. So we'll give it a try. Right, next in store, Gex Trilogy. The problem I've got at the moment of time is the memory on my PlayStation 5 is very low. Okay, this is the main menu. So Gex came out in 1995. I only found out a few years ago that it was on the PlayStation 1, but I've never played it. Gex 3D, or Gex Enter the Gecko, came out in 1998. I finished it loads of times on the PlayStation 1. Gex 3, Deep Cover Gecko, 1999. I've never played it. I might have played a demo, but never ever played the full version. Right, give it a quick go. Never played it before. Gex, 1995. Okay, so the game is
Soon
Gex.
Ted Turner will have this colorized.
A 1995 platform game, developed published by Crystal Dynamics for the 3DO. It was followed by ports of the PlayStation and Sega Saturn, developed by Beam Software. The Windows version was published by Microsoft, and it was a packing game for the Panasonic models of the 3DO later in the console's life. It was the first in the Gex series of video games introducing players to the wisecracking, television-obsessed Gecko, voiced by comedian Dana Gould, who must venture through the media dimension and defeat Rez,
Who opened the can of whoop-ass?
the overlord of the media who wants to make Gex into his new network mascot. Once again, trying to read at the same time I'm doing it. It's fantastic. I cannot believe I've never seen or played this game before, but I've never seen or played a 3DO. It took me years to realise this game was also on the PlayStation 1.
That's it. That's your spot.
But like other games in the series, your tail plays a big part. Not only do you need it for breaking walls, killing enemies, also use it to find items. But the second one I played to absolute death. The third one, I still don't know to this day if I have technically played it. I might have played a demo, but I've never played the full version. And of course, this one completely utterly passed me by. But it plays so well. But like other games in the series, you also climb the walls and onto the ceilings. But there's going to be secrets of plenty. You expect that. Find the remote control, we found it already. Really is good.
Hey, reruns of Rhoda.
And I love the voice acting, but yes, the ones I'm used to is a different actor. So that's probably the thing that is difficult to get used to. I'm not used to hearing this voice before. But yes, the walking and climbing onto the walls is so good, but I've never seen your character go onto the back of the wall like that. And then you hold down L1 and combine it with jump, you can jump a lot further. But fall into a spike pit or fall into that is instant kills or fall energy or not. So I'm not sure what icon picks up energy, but in the second game it was bugs. It probably will be here as well. And reach the exit, press up, it's fantastic. Really good game. Right, there we go, give it a quick go. This is the one I played the most, got it from Electronics Boutique. I've also noticed here that the title screen is slightly different, there's no option screen present anymore. Gex 3D.
Hello, ladies.
Okay, so the game is Gex Enter the Gecko, a 1998 platform game developed and published by Crystal Dynamics for the PlayStation. Originally released in 1998, with ports in C64, Microsoft Windows and Game Boy Color releasing later. The game is the second installment of the Gex video game series, the first to be done in 3D graphics. Its protagonist is Gex, a TV binging, wisecracking gecko who seeks to collect three types of remotes to unlock different TVs in the overworld that aid in his fight against his arch nemesis, Rez. Very difficult to read at the same time doing it once again. This one got played to absolute death. I have finished it quite a few times. Got it during my year at Kennedy College, bought it from Electronics Boutique. What I paid for it, I cannot remember. About £20, something like that. But even though I have finished it quite a few times, I imagine it's going to be a much longer game than the first game. So basically, this area is Toon TV out of Toon. Each area has 5 different remote controls. 3 of them being red and 2 of them are silver. Now, the silver ones, I don't know if you technically have to find them. It helps if you do. But the red ones are the most important. Now, you earn these silver remote controls by doing certain things. By picking up certain quality of items.
Just getting my kits.
Which are these. Now they changed 3 times. The first one got to try and find 30, the second one got to try and 40, and the third one got to try and find 50. Once you found 120, then you earn a silver remote control. The other one is basically hidden somewhere on the stage. But the other 3 are red. Those ones are the most important, those ones you need to complete the story. So you've got to try and find a certain quantity of purple mushrooms.
My tongue.
And like original games, the first game and the third game, imagine, your attack is basically your tail. You don't have to spear on this one, but you do have a flying kick. What's that? Which kills everything, including bees. Right, go well so far. Rabbit season is open. So on this level, the 3 red remote controls will try and jump to the tethering rock, hunt the 2 huntsmen, and find 5 purple mushrooms.
What smells like?
So unfortunately, you can't do all 3 of them at once. You can do 1 per time.
Just getting my kit.
Right, we've got 120 items. There's our silver remote control. But basically, yeah, 3 red remote controls. Once you've done one of them, you've got to exit the level and go back into it again and find the other 2. So you've got to try and go into the same level 3 times. Right, let's find our secret remote control. Critical reception of Gex Enter the Gecko was mostly positive. Critics' main concern was centered on the game's camera, graphics, low polygon enemies, and the simplicity. The game was followed by Gex 3 Deep Cover Gecko, released in 1999, which was released on the PlayStation 2, 64 and Game Boy Color. Right, so we need only one more mushroom. But yes, enemies will respawn this one. And you can go to water as well. So I believe it should be over here. And the boss battle is every 2 or 3 stages, something like that. Have some of that. Now this is basic energy. So hit it with your tail. And what I didn't know is, this is something I found out over the years, if you don't eat it, it basically stays with you. So when you do sustain damage, then you eat it. And replenish it immediately. Didn't know that. Right, so it tells you where we've got to go. So yes, if you haven't got any of them, we go there, we get our red remote control, then you go in again to find the next one, and then again to get the 3rd.
Hello there, my secret friend.
So that is 100%, it should be. So 3 of 3 red remote controls found, 30, 30, 40, 40, and then 67. 100%, fantastic, there we go. Okay, so once you find a certain quantity of remote controls, then you go to the first boss.
I hope you have an extra kidney.
Right, get it here. Right, this is our first boss. Now, how you defeat it is basically quite similar to the one that features Crash Bandicoot. In that one, you've got to try and defeat Cortex by hitting him with green fireballs. And this one's blue.
Nice one.
I think there's 5 bosses in total. So there we go, we get our gold remote control. There we go, more on the footage. That is Gex 3D, Enter the Gecko. So in terms of this video, it was originally already wrapped up, ready to upload. I got over work yesterday, there was a parcel in my porch. I received a donation from Mr. Craig from the Wrecking Crew, and a very nice one too. He's bought me a physical version, a really nice version of Tenchu, Stealth Assassins on the PlayStation 1. Live by honour, kill by stealth. As I mentioned in my last upload, I saw it at the retro gaming market, and for some reason I didn't buy it immediately. I left it for 21 minutes, went back to go and get it, it was gone. And I didn't see anyone else selling it. It was a really nice version, but it was a missed opportunity. But I used to have it back in the day, but I sold it. Quite a few games are sold. I'm slowly getting those ones back. But mate, that's very kind of you. Thank you so much. He bought it for me, and he said it's a belated birthday present also. Thank you. We'll try it out for this video, but there we go. Alright, so there we go, an extra game for this video. I wasn't expecting it, there's a really nice donation. Thank you once again to Wrecking Crew. This is Tenchu. Tenchu, Stealth Assassins, and played for ages. There you go, Mountain Dew. That's what happens when you drink Mountain Dew and you've got a green screen behind you. It's totally not to be eliminated. Okay, so the game is Tenchu, an action-adventure stealth-video game series owned by Japanese game publisher From Software, where the player assumes the role of a ninja in 16th century feudal Japan. The first game in the series, titled Tenchu Stealth Assassins, was developed by Japanese developer Acquire and published in 1998. Later games have also been developed by K2 and From Software. And it's brilliant. I played for years though, but I used to own it. I bought it originally from MVC, but unfortunately I had to sell it or trade it, one of the two, in the 2000s. Yeah, little pooch. But yes, one of the reasons why I wanted this game so badly, and also MVC, I did also buy Wu-Tang Taste of Pain. That was do still have. Both of those games were 18. I've never seen a game with 18. The closest I got, of course, was Mortal Kombat, which was 15. So it's quite intrigued to see how much blood and gore this game really has. It does have quite a bit, not as much as Mortal Kombat, but certainly give it one for its money. But it is difficult, I mean, it's very dark. The first 3 levels are incredibly dark. If you try and get your enemies in the right locations to get a one-hit kill. If they don't see you, then yes, you can kill them by slicing their throat or maybe cutting their head off. But if they see you, it's going to be much, much more difficult confrontation, should we say. Yeah, some of them I haven't seen before. It depends on where they are when you attack them. But yeah, you can actually cut their heads off. It's good though. Right, so level 1 is punish the evil merchant, avoid the main gate, use the grappling hook and never harm the innocent. But yeah, down the bottom left corner there's a number, which at the moment of time is 65. The higher the number, the closer the enemy are to you. Now, if they're 100, it's probably going to be right above you or right below you. So you want to try and attack them without being detected and cut his arm off. Your armor's fun. But yeah, we've got to try and find the evil merchant, which is Ichigoya. It's around here somewhere. Oh, no one there. There you go, fantastic. But of course, if any enemies nearby see dead bodies, it also alerts them. So yeah, it's got some similarities to Metal Gear Solid. But yeah, I'm not great at stealth games, but I have finished Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2. I never finished 3. Another one in my sights, but yeah, it's the KI meter. The higher the number, the more danger you are. Or he, should we say. Right, we need to be on the roof, Jamie. Really is where we need to be, on the roof. Right, so where we need to be, I believe, is over there. The title in Japanese literally translates in English as Divine Retribution, with 10 meaning heaven, and Chu meaning death penalty. Another translation of this phrase is Wrath of Heaven, which is the title of the first PlayStation 2 entry on the series. Which I've never seen. Also though, I don't think I've ever recalled playing the second game either. Right, we're in. Not only do you have the grappling hook, you also have Crimson Blades, a throwing knife made of flat metal, an excellent long-range weapon. Your caltrops, poison rice, mines, grenades, smoke bombs, and healing potions. Right, we need to go down there.
Come on! Come on! What? Who are you?
I'm here to avenge all the innocent people you've hurt.
Somebody help! Get him! Get him!
It looks like you chose the wrong party to crash. My business is with Ichigoya. Step aside, or I will have to kill you.
The first boss. They also do have other items of possession, but if you hold back, you can actually block. Or just use a grenade. I can't remember how far I got back in the day. I got really far, know that.
Ichigoya, where have you hidden?
Oh. I was about to say, we're going to try and find him where he's hiding. He's on a runner. Have some of that. Right, basically he's done a runner, so we're going to go back through the roof. In that hatch. It's up there somewhere. But there's going to be enemies all over the place. So yes, we want to try and stay out of trouble. Stay on the rooftops, stay in the shadows. Even though it's in the shadows, it's quite a safe place to be. It's very difficult to see where the enemies are. You want to try and get those one-hit kills, but when there's two of them nearby, it's quite difficult to do. So I'm going to try and take one away with one attack. Or just do that. That actually worked brilliantly. But yeah, you get more score if you avoid detection. Well, the room is here, I believe. No, it's not. Where is it? It's around here somewhere. Here? No. But you can find items on the floor. There's a lot of enemies on the floor.
Get away! Help me! Somebody!
Your bodyguards are dead. And you are next.
Right, so... should be fairly doable. Poor guy. He does have a gun though.
My money!
He shot me at the same time, I think.
Your greed sickens me. I hope your death is a lesson to others.
Right, so the result. 7 undetected kills, 3 detected kills, I was spotted 2 times, but didn't kill any innocents. That's a good thing. It's the Grand Master. Really is a good game. Great to go back to. It's one of footage that is Tenshu. Okay everybody, there's more footage. Hope you enjoyed the video. There's some of the purchases I bought in the last 2 or 3 months or so. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and thank you for watching the video to this point. A huge shout out to the patrons, and hopefully catch you in the next one. So next time, it's easy. Ciao, bye. See ya.